Hey everyone, George here. Welcome back to the Art of Water. Well, we had some interesting things happen with this tank over the last few days, and I just kind of wanted to update you. I noticed yesterday that we had the whole floor of this tank was pretty much covered with baby shrimp. Now, we do have some red shrimp in here and some blue shrimp. I don't typically mix those. For any length of time, because if there is any inbreeding that goes on, typically what happens is the cherry shrimp or the blue velvets or blueberry shrimp, whatever you want to call them, will tend to produce a brown sort of colored shrimp. Now, I did notice as I was looking at them that they're starting to mature already. So they've been hidden in here for a while. I don't know how long. This is a very densely planted tank. I do need to do a bit of trimming in here, but the whole point of it is it's sort of a jungle look, and I do like it because it's a very, very healthy aquarium and has been set up for quite a long time. What I wanted to say basically was that I am noticing that some of the shrimp that are the larger one, it looks like there's two batches that have hatched out here recently. And the one batch is a little larger than the other, and I'm noticing that they're starting to get a red spotting on them. So as I know from the research that I have done on cherry shrimp, most of the offspring do have sort of a sort of clear view to them when they're first born, and they will color up after 3 to 4 weeks or start to color up, and then of course after about 8 weeks they should be reasonably mature and full colored at that point. So I don't really know what we have here. I'm seeing a lot of red on the larger ones, so I'm assuming that the cherry shrimp sort of are reproducing here. I don't know the smaller batch, if that's another cherry shrimp that hatched out here recently, or if we have something else going on. But I just wanted to say that, I'm going to update you on this as I see things develop over the next few weeks. And I don't know if we can get in here and see any of the shrimp that I was seeing. With my luck, we're not going to find any of them. Of course, we do have some fish in here that on the smaller ones, that could be a problem. So they're probably pretty well hidden. But anyways, they are in here. Unfortunately, they're not showing themselves when I want them to. But of course, if the fish are moving around, they're probably going to be hiding and staying out of the possibility of getting eaten by these scissor Illuminatis here that are a little bit bigger. Now, the Rasboras up here, the chili Rasboras, of course, they stay pretty much to the top, and they're so small that they would have to really be extremely hungry to even go after some of these shrimp that are, they're getting quite large. The ones that I saw were getting quite large. So anyway, I just wanted to update you, and as soon as I get a opportunity to see some of these guys moving around and showing themselves in the tank a little bit more frequently, I will take another video and update it. But just wanted to let you know that this tank here has about, I would say 5 cherry or 6 cherry shrimp and equally the same amount of blue velvets or blueberry shrimp, as some people call them. And I'm not sure what we're going to end up with as far as a coloration here, but as soon as I am able to, I will be removing them from the tank here, the smaller ones, and putting them in their own tank. I do have a shrimp tank that is being established right now for the sole purpose of raising some shrimp. So this is sort of an ideal time for this to happen. What I would say to you is that the shrimp themselves, I think I'm going to probably put them in a tank that will have nothing but shrimp in there, and maybe just raise them in that capacity. But anyway, I don't know, like I said, what color we're going to end up with here. Hopefully it's not an ugly brown color with a crossbreed, and we'll just have to see. But as you can see, this is a very, very heavily planted tank, and it's going to be rather hard to find these guys, and they, from my experience, will stay pretty well hidden until they're feel confident that they're not going to be eaten by the fish that are in the tank. I wasn't intending on breeding any shrimp in this tank. I just happened to use them for display only, and you know that can happen. I wasn't really worried about them eating the baby shrimp because I thought it was, if they do that and it's a food source. But sometimes in a heavily planted tank like this, you will end up with shrimp that do actually find places to hide until they're big enough to get out and about and be left alone by the fish and do rather well at maturing. So one of the things that I've been told is the best way to get them out of here as you see them, if you are looking to put them in another tank that's going to be just a shrimp tank, is to use a turkey baster that's got a big enough hole at the end of it so that you don't harm them, and sort of suck them up in the turkey baster and drop them into a bag and do the drip acclimation to your next tank. So we'll let you know how that goes, if that's something we decide to do, if any of these guys survive. I'm not sure, if these fish will eventually pick them off or not. But if they do survive, I'll give you an update on that and give you a little bit of information about what we ended up with as far as coloration and that sort of thing. Anyways, this is George with The Art of Water. Please leave a comment, subscribe, and also a thumbs up. We sure appreciate that as always. And for now, we'll talk again soon.